Hello, everyone. I'm Raíssa, and I'm bringing you now a new podcast of the blog Softball Now. This Saturday morning in Natal, the temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, but it really feels like 35 degrees Celsius. So it's really hot, hot, hot. It's scorching hot around here. We don't have much of winds. That's a characteristic of Natal. We have lots of winds. Natal is a windy city, but since yesterday, it's been very difficult to have winds around here. Maybe all the winds have gone to this Hurricane Matthew, and of course we have to talk about this too, and that's why we have this title upside down because sometimes we have this strike from nature that suddenly something unexpected happens and everything comes upside down because from out of nothing we have this big event of nature causing destruction, causing death. We have lots of people that died in Haiti. Haiti is a country with no luck, because it's a poor country. Then we have that big earthquake that happened there in 2010, and the country was practically destroyed. And after 6 years, then we have this hurricane out of nothing, and then destroys a lot more the country, and a lot of people die out of nothing. There's nothing you can do to avoid a hurricane, and now the hurricane is going up the southeastern United States, and I was in shock when I saw the image from St. Augustine. CNN published this image because I was in St. Augustine in January, and then the street that I was there passing through this street to visit the city, there is no street anymore. We have only water. Everything is flooded around there. So, wow, it's, these times when these things happen, these times we think about life and we see that we are nothing because we can't avoid hurricanes, we can't avoid earthquakes. Of course, we can get some news in advance, but even though we have this news in advance, your life gets completely different, completely changed by something that you have no control over it. And then, if you're thinking about all the stress, if you're thinking about you have no money, or if you're thinking about traffic is awful, and all these kind of things, in a question of days, minutes, seconds, hours, everything changes, and you are only thinking about how to survive, how to reconstruct, rebuild your life. And that's really painful, I think, to everyone, to those who are surviving this, to those who lost someone close, and even to those who are not experiencing this but are following the news, as I am. For example, I am in Brazil, but I'm following all this news about this big disaster of this hurricane, and all my prayers are here with all the families that are experiencing this. We are also going to talk about very fast about this campaign, the presidential campaign in the USA. I also think this is upside down because people are not discussing projects to the country. People are now discussing personal events, personal things, and I was in shock, I have to say that, when I saw the footage that they released about the candidate Donald Trump talking about women, the way he talked about women. And wow, maybe we expect a dictator to behave like that, something really macho, something sexist, something a guy that thinks that women have no value, women are just like objects that they have to be collected, they have no desire. A man can control everything about a woman. If a man wants to kiss this woman, she has nothing to do with this. She has to let this man kiss her. And I have to say that I am in shock, because we expect these things, as I said, from dictators. But when we imagine that we are talking about the United States, we are talking about a guy that is all about companies and money. So we believe that people like this, they support the idea of freedom and democracy, and then we have this kind of behavior, this kind of attitude to women. Wow, it's a big shock. And I have to say that to the American people, of course, this presidential campaign is hard, and people show, when they say that they want to vote for Donald Trump, they show that they are fed up with the politicians, and that's the spirit. I understand that, because that's the same feeling here in Brazil. People are fed up with politicians, traditional politicians. But sometimes we reach a level, we reach a moment that we have to stop and think what kind of protest we want to do, because I'm quite sure that if Donald Trump is the next president of the United States, maybe the United States will never recover from this, and all the world will have reflections from that. Maybe all the society as we have, the economy, everything that we have now, it will change. It will be changed forever, and maybe it will get a lot of years from to the world to recover from this disaster, because this is a disaster. I'm quite sure this guy has no idea of the responsibility of being the president of the most powerful country. He has no idea that he has to be a model to the society. He has no idea that he represents all the nation, and we can only expect the worst things to come from this guy. And American people, I really ask you to think twice before you do that, because the consequences will hit all over the world, and it will be very, very hard to recover from that. And that's why I say that this world is upside down, because we have all these disasters in nature, and now we are seeing we can predict the disaster that this campaign will be if Donald Trump is the next president. Maybe Hillary Clinton is not the best person to be the president. I don't know. I'm not American, so I don't see her orders. I don't follow her career. But I'm quite sure that Donald Trump is not able to be the president of any country. We can only imagine a country like the United States, so it's impossible to have this experience. And it's not a question of experiencing something new to see if it works. It's obvious that this will not work. This will be a disaster, and this will hit the world just like a big event of nature. So we're going to have a lot of years to recover from this bad experience. Well, guys, this is all for today. I have to have lunch, and it's difficult because I got here 1 minute before I start this podcast, so I have lots of things to do. But I invite you to listen to this podcast in English next Saturday at 11:30. Let's all hope we have good news. And if you want to listen to this podcast in Portuguese, tomorrow at 10 a.m., we're going to talk about the soccer teams here from Natal. We're going to talk about soccer, not only the soccer teams. And next Friday at 7 p.m., we're going to talk about other subjects, but this case in Portuguese, okay? Nice Saturday to everyone. Enjoy your weekend, and see you there.